6. Command Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 3 Rotate.
There it is. There it is. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me early. Started about 10 minutes early here for the little evening stream on this fine, rainy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, right? No, it's Tuesday. I'm so confused. The last I talked to y'all, I had a Fenix turn. I didn't get back till today, so I'm still a little bit confused on what day it is. But thank you for tuning in early. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out. I know it's a default airplane. Fireflyer's already throwing up. I get it. I get it. I get it. Listen, this airplane is actually pretty darn good. Okay, so in 2020, the CJ4 with the Wusul mod and FT-Sim sound pack, working title avionics, was actually very, very good. It was, believe it or not, it was actually one of my favorite jets to fly off stream. I think I did one stream on it during release day of 2024 while we were waiting for our 2024 sim to download. We were flying the CJ4 around for a little bit, and I just kind of forgot about it. I was like, okay, CJ4 2024, it's probably going to be nowhere near as good. Well, it turns out that a lot of the mods that were done to the 2020 version are now standard in the 2024 version of the CJ4. Now, I still have some gripes, and there are still some inaccuracies, but for the most part, straight wing citation, I guess this is technically a swept wing citation, it's pretty dang good. Now, I never flew the CJ4. I did some limited time on a CJ2. I flew the 550 Bravo for the majority of my corporate aviation experience. So I haven't flown this aircraft specifically, but Cessna did a pretty good job, at kind of making everything pretty similar. I can find my way around pretty much no problem. Now, you also have to keep in mind it's been over 15 years, maybe even longer than that, since I last flew a Citation jet. So I don't remember a whole lot of like the actual procedures of this and that and do that. But I still think it's a fun experience. It's something a little bit different. I'm kind of two-blinered out for the time being. I mean, although I did see this new American livery drop for the 777-200, which we might have to fly tomorrow. But I just wanted to break it up, man. I mean, we've been flying a lot of two-bliners, Airbus, 777s. So I just felt like let's take a break and let's do some corporate jet flying. We're sitting on the ramp here in John Wayne, California, SNA, ACI jet. Now, this is how long it's been. I don't remember if it's always been ACI jet, or I thought this used to be an Atlantic. But they used to have really good cookies and popcorn in this particular FBO. So you'd walk out, and actually there's like 2 sliding glass doors right here, and you can see your jet sitting out there on the ramp. It was pretty slick if you got that first parking spot. So just kind of going back to the old school Citation flying. We're going to try to fly it like we were being tasked to charter this flight over to Sedona, Arizona. That's S-E-Z, which if you've never been to Sedona, it is a really fun little airport. It's very scenic. It's beautiful mountains, red rock, and the airport sits on a plateau, kind of like a little aircraft carrier up there. That's actually where I took my wife, my now wife, on our first date, and she was actually working up there with a helicopter touring company back in the day. So that is the plan for this. I hope y'all are ready, and let's go ahead and enjoy a nice little flight over to Sedona. We are on Iveo Premium. We have our PDC clearance here. Looks like LA Center is online. SoCal Approach is also online. Departure frequency, let's see, it says after departure freq 2805. So we'll contact approach control after we depart. Do I have to talk to LA Center on the ground? That's my next question. Let me check real quick here before we get going. Short flight today, only about an hour en route. It does appear that I will call LA Center on the ground, I think. Callie Simmer in the house. Callie Simmer, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in, Callie Simmer. Glad to have you on board. Little cloudy out here in your neck of the woods, Callie Simmer. Top down means that doesn't mean anything. Bottom up. So bottom up would be SoCal Approach first. So I talked to Approach first to taxi. I'm not so sure. Oh, I forgot. We actually have to do a little pre-flight. So let's come on out here to the jet. Let's go ahead and pull the pitot tube off. Now they had, by default, they put that window cover on, which is really annoying. So I took that off. Make sure your compartment is clear, or put your flight bag in there. For us, we typically threw our flight bag in the front or our personal luggage in the front. And we close that up, latch it, and then come around here. Now this is pretty gangster here. They got the old ratchet straps. I took a pair of ratchet straps when I was flying freight. I used to ratchet strap down the Beech 99 to the ramp because they were too cheap to give us tie downs, and the airplane was getting blown all over the place. So I brought my own ratchet straps. At the FBO they use, I think there's like chains in the ground and stuff. Looks a little bit better. Pretty good engine modeling here. The engine looks pretty dang good. I can't really see from this angle. Well, I can't get under there, but you can see the engine is modeled pretty good. Now this is where you come in here. Now this aircraft, unfortunately, you don't have TRs. You don't have thrust reversers. You don't have thrust reversers on the Citation Bravo. You come under here to open up this little compartment. The amount of times I banged my forehead on the thrust reverser clamshell, probably have a couple of dollars. I did it really hard the very first time, and then I did it again, and then I realized I should be smarter than that, and then I think I did it maybe another 2 or 3 times, and then I stopped flying the Bravo. So no thrust reversers to hit your head on there, but that's where we put all the passenger bags most of the time. Got a couple other compartments down here. We'll come around the tail here. Everything looks good. Now for us, we would always put the ground power connect on the Bravo to the right-hand side. So we would start number 2 first, and they come out under here, and they would unplug it. I'm not quite sure if it's the same for the 4 or not. Coming around this side of the aircraft, you can see we've got this is Zippy Zapple's favorite compartment right here. This is the poop drain. So service to lavatory right here, and this is the little hydraulic reservoir ground service panel for hydraulic. So that looks good. Make sure everything is looking good. Come out here, wiggle your flaps, your trim tabs, all that stuff. Make sure your lights are in good working order. You can see we have a hot wing here. It looks like a hot wing all the way through. Yep, hot wing all the way through. That's also a difference from the aircraft that I flew. We had a little mix. We had a boot and a hot wing. We didn't really need to check this side, but go ahead and close that up. And that's it. She's about ready to go. Pre-flight is complete. Benny, thank you for the 53 months of support, my man. Look at that. See, you can tell it's a pretty good model right there. Now, this is the only thing that kind of drives me nuts about 24. I wish I could open this and leave it open. But as soon as you open it, you come inside. So there's really nothing you can do. Hello, Captain. Have you seen the CJ3 for Microsoft 24? I have, and I am completely disappointed, and I will not be purchasing it. It's G1000, man. It's so mid. Why are we doing, and I'll tell you why we're doing G1000. We're doing G1000 cockpits on these aircraft because they don't want to have to model systems and avionics and all and the panel and everything. So the amount of CJs that I flew with the G1000, 0. Now, granted, I didn't fly a whole ton of different CJs, but I know they have them. And especially now I know the new ones have them, but, or they're not quite G1000s. What are they, like G3000 or something like that? But Proline 21, round gauge. I used to fly a straight 525 that was just straight round gauge, 6-pack, tapes and 8s, everything. No, we didn't have 8s. It was just tapes, steam gauges, the whole thing. You had one little UNS box that was terrible. It was back here. That's all you had pretty much to nav on, if you could get it to work that day. So the Proline 21 system, though, is what I would prefer to see in that. If the CJ3 had it, instant buy. Check it out. But no, I saw a couple of previews on it. G3000. Nope. Immediately checked off the list. Not going to have to do it. Full Flap Sim, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Got here late. Thanks for having the jet ready. I had to book a tea time in Sedona. Well, you got it, Full Flap. We'll get you up and rolling right now, my man. AJ Funari, thank you for the $3 super chat. Hot wing, is it wet or dry? Thank you, AJ, for the $3 super chat, man. Hey, I was going to be doing some wings this week, but I decided to stream instead. So thanks for the $3 super chat, man. I love the G5000 and the Longitude. Gag me. We're all different. I guess we're all different breeds, different generations. I love the Longitude. I think it looks sleek. G5000. Now, I say that if I were to have my own Citation Longitude in real life, yeah, hook me up with the glass. But SimWorld, come on, man. Let's have some fun. Let's fly some of these airplanes like old school. All right, so we'll go ahead and hide the yoke so we can see a couple different things here. Now, I'm not quite sure how to connect ground power to this aircraft, so we're just going to have to kind of YOLO and hope our batteries don't die. But let's just go ahead and jump into that right now. So we'll come down here. We'll go ahead and get the battery switch on. I don't know why the generators are on. I don't know if that's a CJ4 thing or not. We'd always keep our gens off. Battery on. Standby display. Emergency exit lights on. Avionics, we'll arm those. We'll come back over here. We'll go ahead and throw the nav lights on for now. We got to load our flight plan while everything kind of initializes. Great aviation. Now I feel shame. No, don't feel shame, man. Look. We like to have fun on here. My personal preference, right? In SimWorld, man, I cannot stand glass cockpits. Now, actually, let me rephrase that. In SimWorld, I can't stand Garmin, G1000, G3000, G5000 cockpits. There's two reasons for that. Number one, in my opinion, I think it's a lazy approach by a dev because not all of them, but the majority of cockpits that I've seen, they take like the base G1000 in the game and they just make the panel take the G1000 and that's it. Now that leads into my second point where the G1000, G3000, whatever model it is, in the real world are extremely detailed, extremely customizable, and there's so many different options, right? But in SimWorld, you rarely find a simulation of the Garmin device that brings it justice. So that's kind of why, like, oh man, like, because if you know Garmin and then you use the Garmin, like, let's just say G1000. If you know Garmin, then you use the G1000 and X-Plane or something, like, okay, it's missing a whole bunch of stuff. And it just kind of ruins it for me. So that's kind of my 1-2 punch of why I dislike Garmin stuff in the sim. Now, there are some rare exceptions. The Hot Start TBM G1000 I thought was really, really well done. That one, they did a great job on that. And I'm sure there's some other aircraft out there that y'all probably, I think, well, just there's like the cows or the Dows, the training GA thing that Full Flap was flying. He says that G1000 is actually really, really well done. So I'm sure there are some unicorns out there. That's just my general opinion. Now, for corporate jet, give me Proline 21. That's what I flew. That was kind of the cutting edge when I was flying them. It's like Proline 21, man, it's sweet. So that's what I would like to see modeled. But again, this is just my personal opinion. So here we go. Let's pause and hit the aircraft. Let's go ahead and bring this set position, GNNS, beautiful flight plan. We'll go ahead and clear that out. Now everything seems a little extra bright in here. I'm not quite sure why that is. I'm not sure why that is. Right? I think it's because we're under the clouds. I think it's under the clouds here. So let's go ahead and set up our route. We're going to do John Wayne, KSNA. Seems awfully bright, doesn't it? KSNA to Sedona. Love the sounds in here. KSCZ. Throw that in there. We'll execute that. We do have a clearance departure arrival, so let's come in here. We're going to blast off a runway 20 right on the Pigeon. And we're going out to Clivia Pigeon 3 Avery transition. Pigeon 3 Avery transition. We'll execute that. From there, after Avery, we have, I have to pull up my other flight plan here. Carol, I did not update the Sim Update 2 yet. Depends on how this stream goes. If we get stutters, I will rage update to Sim Update 2 beta after this stream. LANCY. 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 Execute. J78. So that's, I need to go to flight plan. Next page. Lancy, Airway, J78. You can see the avionics are actually pretty darn good here. Except it's not going to take it. It's not going to take J78 to Drake. That's interesting. It won't take an Airway. I wonder why that is. Huh. And then we'll go back to departure arrival. We'll mess. I feel like that's a bug. I feel like I've thrown. Airways in this before. All right, runway 3. We'll take it off of Huckin, the GPS. We might actually need to shoot that approach today. So there's our departure arrival index. Ground power index button, second page. Index button, second page. Settings. Ground power on. Not avail. It's not available. RIP. Okay, thank you. I wonder why it's not available here. Thank you, though. What else we can do here? And I tell you what, so since we have, let's not drain our entire battery out. Let's go ahead and fire off number 2, and then we will we'll get our ATIS, and then we'll get ready to blast off. So now that we have our flight plan in the box, we'll do a Magic Barrel ref update. Let's go ahead and get number 2 going, so we're not cranking all of the battery juice. Now this might be another bug or a CJ4 thing. So to start the aircraft, we used to start the Bravo, the 2, with the avionics off. The problem is if I start with avionics off, I won't get any ITT readout. So I'm pretty sure that should be fixed, and I'll display that right here. So I'm going to turn the avionics on, or excuse me, avionics off for start. So avionics off, we'll throw the beacon light on, we'll put the seatbelt and safety lights on, and we'll make sure we are all closed up. Yes, we are. Looks good. So we're going to go ahead and move the start stop to run, and starting engine 2. Yeah, see, I'm getting that stutter again, man. Weird. Now, see, look, we're not going to get any readout here. So I don't know if this is sounds pretty good. I don't know if this is a CJ4 thing or a bug. Let's see, I'll turn avionics on for the next one. Great, you tried Sim Update 2 beta and came back? That's not good. Alright, so I'll turn avionics on. Now you see how I've got engine instruments? So that should be fixed. We'll wait for it to stabilize. Engine is stabilized. We'll go reset. Right generator on. Alright, so left generator's off. So at least we got a generator powering. Now we can finish the rest of our stuff here. So let's go back to the legs page. We're going to pull up a couple other things. We're going to go index page 2. No, we're going to go menu page. No, we're going to go data link, weather, request. Let's pull the weather here for John Wayne, KSNA. We'll send that off. While we're waiting for that, we can tune the radios. We do have an auto ATC squawk code of 1306. 1306. Wait a minute. TCAS. Right there. ATC squawk 1306. Took me a second. 1306. Yeah, I told you it's been a while since I've looked at these old boxes. So there's our ATC squawk 1306. We'll put you into TARA. We're getting ready to go. We got our weather in. SNA. We've got wind 062. Or excuse me, 06253 Zulu 21 at 210 at 8 knots, 10 miles, broken, overcast, 1829er, 907. Magic Barrel ref is updated. So with that being done, let's go back. I'm going to flip these. I'll put you back on tune. Let's go back to our flight plan, perf and knit. We filed 41,000 feet. 41,000 feet. And we also have 9 passengers on board. And we need to adjust our fuel. So how we're going to do this is we're going to go here, flight planner, aircraft, flight performances, weight and balance, fuel. We need just under, we need to, well, with our alternate, we'll take 2,500 pounds, so that checks. We'll leave it as is, 217 aside. As far as cargo is concerned, we have any cargo to load? Cargo 495 pounds. We'll load that up. Light load of cargo. We'll just call it 500, 502. 502. Put you there. Load in aircraft. Seats. We need 9 of 10. Wait for it to finish loading. I might have bugged it out. We'll see. Do I prefer Iveo over VATSIM? I prefer the one that doesn't ban you. Let's go 9. Now I feel like I've had this. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to take it there for some reason. Execute. This is where the working title one was better. On 2020, because I feel like these don't talk to each other properly. You can see here we have 2,544 cents fuel, but we actually have 2,800 pounds on board. So there's definitely something going on between those two. Gross weight is 14,436. This will be more conservative, so we'll just go with this number anyway. So we'll go ahead and get rid of the flight planner. We'll go back to Navigraph. We'll leave this out here. And actually, you know what chart we need? We need our taxi chart. So we'll go back to SNA 10-9 for 20 right. We're over here at the FBO. Probably be probably going to be Alpha Lima 20 right. So we'll put that back there. Let's go back to our takeoff. Runway 20 right. What did we say the winds were? 210 at 6 knots. OAT is 18 degrees off the little display there. Next page, anti-ice off, takeoff flaps. We'll go 15 just because it's fun. We got 97, 99, 112, 140. We'll send that to our PFD. Our speeds are sent. Takeoff weight, max takeoff weight. Everything else looks good there. So I'll put you back on the legs page. Tune page is up. We'll call center 2652 on COM 1. Let me make sure I have my push to talk bound. I don't. So let me bind push to talk here. There we go. FlowFap, thanks for the 2-month support, man. Watch out for those noise sensors on takeoff. I know it. Well, in this thing, man, it's so dang quiet, you really don't have to worry about it. But yes, we got to watch out for those noise sensors, no doubt. No doubt about it. All right, we'll turn our screens down a tad. Magic barrel ref, altitude set up to climb via SID, except maintain 5,000 feet. 5,000 is set. That's not 5,000 feet, is set. Beautiful. We'll hit our TO push buttons. TO is set. We'll sync our heading bug. It's going to be roughly 200 for runway 20 right. Speeds are set. We're ready to start engine 1. UK 2000? No, I don't know what scenery this one is, to be honest with you. It's a 2021. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up. Start, stop to run. Engine start 1. Pretty good sounds from up front. This is pretty realistic.
Southwest, correction, November 70, Echo Uniform, contact SoCal approach 128.052. 1805, for green 902.
Your buddy tripped one in a Bonanza? That's crazy, man. So your 737 can't even take off of San Jose. You have to wait for the curfew, huh? So for us, if we're in a Neo, we can go during curfew hours and at the curfew airports most of the time. All right, we're going to stabilize here, 53-ish%. TO set. Let's go reset and on. Left generator is on, armed. Let's go. We'll get pitot heats are on. And parking brake, we'll get that. Let's go ahead and request taxi. LA Center, good afternoon.